Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's okay. Another range hero, okay at hitting an egg, not wonderful. Kind of resistant to Earth Spirit ganks, but I think like they really want to protect Drow Ranger.
Okay. Well, and they did take the Dark Seer now, so doubling up that aggressive dual lane that you can run if you want to with the Earth Spirit Dark Seer is pretty frustrating, although probably less effective against a Drow Ranger, I would imagine. I guess if you hit your roll, it's okay. Do you think that they're going to go for that, or is this Earth Spirit more going to be about trying to do things in other lanes?
I think other lanes, maybe mess with the Drow Ranger a little bit. If you have Darkseer there, you can get on top of the Drow Ranger. So they will ban out the Bat Rider that you mentioned. I still don't think it would have been that great versus their lineup, but maybe thinking that it might pose problems for mid hero. I have no idea what their mid hero is going to be though. Invoker? Invoker is okay versus Viper.
That's the maybe Invoker though. Does that make it any better?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other heroes that could pick. Timber's like okay versus Wisp, but they don't have any other strength heroes and might die before you get a reactive armor sec. I would actually like Jug perhaps. It's a kind of a wash for the mid lane, resistant to the IO. Resistant to the IO relocate, and you can kind of go in on the Drow Ranger. Ooh, Axe.
Oh my
Axe
god.
is different. Axe is really good versus Slark.
Oh, I love this pick. And I talked about those big, like, initiating sort of team fighty heroes. This feels to me the KP bread and butter. I am so excited to see this one. Okay, so then what's the answer here? Because I mean, because this is going to be position 3, I'm assuming, but also in the jungle, probably. The Slark, Phoenix, Earth Spirit.
Yeah, their lane's really weak. Phoenix Earth Spirit as a support with a melee there, and then you can put IO plus Axe up there.
Wow. Well, it is going to be that Invoker you talked about.
I think it's really good at protecting the Slark. Like you can prevent him from getting bursted down with like a deafening blast to hit those range heroes, or like a tornado to prevent like a blade mail on the axe, as well as having a lot of magical bursts to deal with the axe. So and burst for the IO. I think it's the best pick they could have gone for at the moment. Also potential for some big combos with the Dark Seer or Spirit.
Well, hopefully we end up seeing some big plays out of this one. LGD Gaming with their life on the line in their NanYang Championships Season 2. Newbee only need to win one more, and they've drafted themselves a super aggressive one. You said that we're going to probably be seeing the Axe there. Do you think that it's enough of an aggressive lane that they could even like bring the IO up to help them out too?
Yeah, I definitely think they should do IO Axe.
Okay.
Viper doesn't need any help. Even versus Earth Spirit. Actually, maybe versus Earth Spirit you might need a little bit, but you have Drow Aura.
Yeah, there you go. I guess he can roam a little bit. We'll see how it ends up going. A little bit of starting
they see the smoke. I don't know if that's that big a deal, but they saw the smoke with the Sunstrike.
Alright, I'm gonna try one Oh, actually, we're looking okay. I don't need to reconnect. We're fine. We're all good to go. He's gonna actually Iron Talent, apparently. Maybe he goes after his first couple levels. Weird.
Yeah, maybe just not wanting to deal with the lane. Again, different offliners have different philosophies on what they should be, how preoccupied they should be making their supports. So this will free up Wisp to do a lot more than just stack if he so desires.
Moo takes the river again, electrified apparently. So
I like this one a lot more than the purple. Cool.
I haven't gotten any of them. I haven't been able to play enough Dota recently. I need to play some more Dotes and get a river vial.
I have one. I think it's like the crappy one though.
I don't know. Oh, maybe the cool set. I think we saw that one yesterday as well. He's making a whole lot of highlight plays in his games. This time around, do you think he has to go for a Quas Wex though to try and stem the push, or I guess he's already got that early point in Exort, so no is the answer.
No is the answer.
I guess whenever I see these early pushing strategies, I feel like that Quas Wex allows you to sort of deal with it and hold off a little bit.
Early pushing. They only have the Drow Ranger that really pushes towers.
Okay.
I think you need it to lane versus the Viper, or else you won't have enough damage. You already have to compete with a Viper who is difficult enough on his own, and the Viper plus Drow Aura, you need some damage, or you're gonna get owned in CS.
Okay. Well, we'll see how he ends up being able to do. Did let that creep through a little bit, unfortunately. So this block should favor Moo at least slightly. Let me check out these projectiles to see if they lag out. Sometimes you can tell right at the start if it's going to end up having lag issues. I might try a quick reconnect real fast while we're...
Sure. The only stuff's really happening is bottom lane. Shall we try to double Ion Shell? He's getting stunned up. They turn around on the Wisp. He gets beaten down with an Ion Shell, but the Tethered Musi will be enough to get him away. Chuan is also taking a beating from this Orb of Venom Earth Spirit. Wow, these two heroes just got really low. What a nice roll in from MNY. Will not be enough to secure his level 2.
Oh my goodness, we're getting a little bit of lag here. This could be a problem. Were you having any issues with that?
I'm actually not having lags. I had it yesterday, not today.
All right, well, we can see that the Axe is still jungling away here. KP doing his bestest over in the jungle with the Iron Talent. Almost level 3, actually, at 1 minute 20 seconds. That's pretty absurdly good. Hopefully this all schedules out a little bit more. But where's going to be the place to watch? I guess, is it just this bottom safe lane?
Oh, either Spirit.
Okay. Axe does end up going for the self-deny as MMY is going to head over towards the mid lane for a second, it looks like. But they've got vision all over them. They place these wards really well. Well, with Chuan coming down, and it looks like they want to come and contest this rune, potentially.
Wow. Xiaoyi's not even level 2. Actually, he just got level 2 from neutrals.
All right, well, there's the roll in. They're not quite going to be able to get him. The Hex keeps them back, and it looks like with that, the Darkseer is going to get the Illusion rune. So, Phoenix Bounty up top, no big issue. Man, this is really awful to try and watch. This is a struggle right now. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, roll in. Moo, gonna take some damage. It's gonna end up getting kicked back as well, but maybe gonna drop low and is gonna be able to survive through it. Down to 20 HP. Oh, man.
Maybe with that early Wex. He really likes that point in early Wex. We haven't seen it too much since the Alacrity nerf, but he's one of the few that do go for the early Wex. Drop the meatball on his face.
Well, Chuan still stuck in there, and sorry, this is just I'm struggling real quickly. Viper in the mid lane has been able to get off to a pretty decent start, already doubling up the Invoker here. What's the play for him? Does he just sort of have to wait for those continuous rotations in from the Earth Spirit, or is there anything really else he can do against Moo? This Viper is
it looks bad just because he doesn't have this wave. This wave could be like 5 CS for him, but he already had first blood, so it's not that big a deal unless he dies right here.
Oh, Kaka coming in as well. They've got the extra bonus damage from the Drow Ranger, and it looks like they're going to be able to run him down. Maybe in a lot of trouble getting healed up but brought down. Viper finds the kill in the end. September and MMY have rotated in as well. They end up being able to take out the IO and possibly going to be able to find Moo as well. He's got the Icarus dive DOT on top of him, brought very low as September, but not killed. 18 HP. Oh wait, they do end up being able to get him. Double kill, and Moo is going to fall for it.
Yeah, this Invoker is in Strug City.
Oh my goodness, it's a rough life. Well, 3-2 so far. LGD taking a little bit of the lead, but this is also in the context of Axe with a pretty free start to this one. Almost level 6 at 4 minutes in. My God, he is really getting farmed. Does he just have to wait for that Blink Dagger early, or do you go for a Vanguard on this?
You can go to lane now. Well, Tranks is usually the build up, and then I don't like Vanguards so much. But if you're having a really good time, you can get Vanguard Blink in like 12 minutes maybe. Actually, maybe a little bit later, 13 minutes.
All right, I'm going to try one more time here, and then we might have...
Good luck. Looking around the map right now, maybe he's actually gone to the jungle instead of playing with the Viper, but he didn't have a window cross until recently, so he still only has one super weak Forge Spirit. So he's just jungling with Alacrity and Forge Spirit.
That IO and Viper combo is really frustrating play against. I guess we just saw how like quickly you could end up finding a kill there. All right, well, secondary roll in onto How. A lot of damage. Sunstrike coming out as well. That is going to hit, and the Gust back is not going to keep him alive. Chuan now also in a little bit of trouble. The Earth Spike catches MMY. The surge forward, and a Hex Base still taking that DOT from the Ion Shell and trying to keep him alive as Kaka, but he's just going to end up sealing his own fate. KP has shown up, but 3 heroes dead from MMY. Can they take him down? September call. KP gets MMY, and that's going to be a kill. So the dunk, finally, they punish, but it's after the already Drow gets killed off.
This Ion Shell is doing a lot of work.
Good stuff. All right. I think that the Calais has settled down a little bit as aggressive jumps forward, and Kaka is going to be fine. How do you feel like these teams feel coming out of this early start with all of the kills that we've been seeing?
Oh, they have to be concerned about the Axe getting that 1 kill and being very farmed at this point. He does have enough for his Vanguard at the moment. That's like a 6-minute Vanguard. And eventually he's going to get his Blink Dagger, but they have aggressive farming in the meanwhile. Wonder what he's going to go for and if he's going to get involved. I do not see any signs of a Midas.
I guess that with that, Drow Ranger build that's going to be coming up and online, it might be worth it to build into something that can help keep you alive there. It's already shreds, but at least for now, keeping it cool, calm, and collected, and starting to take down this tier 1 tower a little bit. At least make it down to about half HP after this.
I'm trying to get a Keeler to take that T1 down very early.
Well, Kaka places a ward up here on the high ground for the off lane. Still farming his KP. You mentioned it, that early Vanguard already picked up now and could be well on his way towards the Blink Dagger if he wanted to. He is like incredibly farmed at this point. 3,500 net worth. It's absurd.
Jungle Axed with Iron Talon.
Well, meanwhile, Moo, Io in the mid lane trying to do their best as well, as they have cutting down this creep wave. They've got a siege creep as well and can start hitting the tier 1. MMY is going to try and pull the creep wave past with that boulder smash, and looks like they are going to be able to do it, but
that's
still
nice
a decent chunk of damage. Yeah.
It's gonna they just need more time for the Invoker to catch up. He's really low in terms of net worth, and they really need his Midas. And now you see the mech up on Viper, so like Viper is immensely strong relative to the Invoker, and even without the mech, you could probably still kill him. But with it, it should be a trivial task. And they're trying to assert their dominance by taking down this mid tower. Woke Gank up to the top lane, aggressive, in a little bit of trouble, but he will get him out. Easy. Yeah. That's hard. Hard gank to pull off. He can just dark if he sees a lion immediately. That was cool though. They did it like right about as daytime hits. If it's nighttime, they have like almost no chance of getting this unless they drop an observer reward. But like they timed it so that it was right around daytime.
That's cool to see that those plays come out, and it does look like now also Zhao and MMY are going to be moving down towards this bottom lane.
They scanned it. They saw the scan, but
nobody responding as of yet. There's the Gust to try and keep him at bay. Wall is actually dropped as well, but with a couple of heroes rotating in, MMY might be in trouble. They throw out the kick. It's not quite going to be there, and KP does get a little bit of extra movement speed, but surged away. The Tranquil Boots might have been able to get that gap closed slightly more quickly, but it does not look like they're going to be able to find it.
No, it's pretty close. If he had landed that boulder, a Sunstrike would have come out. And looks like Moo will be able to get a tower, or unless maybe it's to deny.
Oh, aggressive is here as well. Cold Snap onto Moo. He might be in some trouble. Forced to pop the mech and ends up getting the tower still alive. Turns onto aggressive. Those are the ultimate onto him, and he's going to be taking that damage continuously. With Kaka here, they might even kill him off. Can he actually hop away? He doesn't have a pound for another 1 second, 2 second. He's going down, maybe? Finding his way out? Is he actually out of there? Oh, the ball comes in. Kaka says no.
Yep. Good luck trying to kill a Viper. I need more heroes. Was trying to get his level 6 on the top and doesn't have his TP. But they really could have used one more there. You got a free tower and a free start kill. Oof.
This is like the polar opposite of last game, too. We've got 11 kills already this early, and very few towers taken. Chuan is going to be brought down. Finger of Death just now finished. He actually might have been able to kill September if he got it off there, but unfortunately, no spells were casted, and they find a kill onto Chuan. So LGD striking back at this point.
Still need the Midas on maybe. It's coming slowly. Only lost one tier 1 tower despite Viper getting out to a very good start in the mid lane and there being a Drow Ranger in safe lane. I'm kind of conflicted about Drow Ranger skill builds. Just because like Frost is like not that useful post laning phase. I think they benefit a little bit because so many Drow Ranger was opting for stats instead. Just because stats is just amplified so much on the Drow Ranger, so maybe get 1 point for orb walking lane, but even then it's like, do you really need to harass that much in lane? I don't know. I'm kind of torn about it.
I mean, it's 64% slow at level 4, which is pretty absurd, but yeah, I get, especially against the Darks here, it does feel a little bit like the points are somewhat wasted. Yeah, Slark too. But meanwhile, we do have a smoke that's going to be going up towards this top lane. They were scouting out the... This is kind of cool. They were checking to see if anybody was hanging out over on this side of the tower, and then as soon as they saw they weren't, they back out along the top here.
Does KP see him? He doesn't see him. There's that tree in the way.
Call not going to be thrown out. They do get the battle hunger for the moment. Still chasing. Invoker is here. If they wanted to, they can't end up going back.
That was a nice dodge.
I think that LGD realized that was happening. They scanned down here on this side to see if anybody was over by the trees, and as soon as they saw no red light pop up, everybody backed out from LGD. And Slark realized that he could just escape by going into ulti. So pretty good stuff there.
They want to use the egg, I think, and magnetize. And both their supports just hit level, or MOI just hit level 6, so now they have both elements up for the team fight. However, so do Newbee. They do have the Finger of Death that you mentioned. It's been online for a while now, and the relocate up on the Wisp. But I don't really see a good opportunity for them. If Moo gets dove, then they will, but I don't think LGD are really willing to fight this beefy Viper.
That would be very bold indeed. It looks like they're going to wrap around now.
They're going to go with.
Kaka jumped upon Silence, but still running away through the trees. They don't have eyes on him, and Vacuum is low. They are going to be able to throw it out. And Egg over on the side. It looks like, at least for now, they're thinking about reinitiating. Zhao Wei got the Battle Hunger thrown onto him. Chuan is actually going to end up being brought down here. They find a second kill, so 2 supports already dead. September is trying to get away from KP, and it does look like they're going to be able to make that little escape.
Nice Observer Ward. That Observer Ward saved the day.
Jumping on MMY, though. This might be enough. They get the Gust as well, so he's not going to be able to run away. Dunked.
Shove. Off with your head.
A little extra bonus movement speed. That was really good kiting though there. They just kept on, hiding away from the Viper and the Axe and just took out those squishy supports.
Subpar spellcasting on LGD. The wall was a little questionable. Like, you really want to get the Axe or the Viper. Viper, like, corrosive skinning itself is super annoying because it just permanently stays on if you're within range. And then Axe with the full damage on the counter helix on himself and his teammates is also very, very annoying. But he didn't get any of those heroes with the wall. And then the Egg was a little bit too safe. That's okay, though. No big deal. Yeah. Relocate up on top lane.
Looking for maybe. They do have Lion in the area as well, and you talked about it. Finger of Death. They haven't been able to get him as of yet, but there's the Hex, and now the Earth Spike follow-up. They don't even need the Finger. He's just dead. This guy with just the Midas drums, there's no way he's going to be able to survive through that. And they're actually going to end up going for a reinitiation down here in the bottom lane at the relocate back. Everybody was in the area to defend it, so they're going to be able to even push it if they want.
Yeah, it should be a fairly easy T2 for them with no Supernova. Actually, they have Magnetize. Maybe they could take this. They find a Wisp. The only problem is they don't have an Observer Ward there, and Newbee even dropped the Sentry Ward to make sure they don't have an Observer Ward there. So, without eyes on the Wisp, you can... If you miss a Wisp, everyone will get wiped.
Well, and you see that also, that I mean, the wards that were placed by LGD, they were trying to get aggressive. They've got the ward over by the Roche Pit. They placed this deep one as they were sort of stalking the Viper, and then one more over by the Tier 1 tower, but they weren't prepared for Newbee to go straight forward and try and take the Tier 2. So No great way to stop this, and still more farm is thrown onto this axe as well as the Drow Ranger. They're
They
in a
really
really
need a
good
mech on
position.
Shell 8. Once that mech comes out, I think they can take a fight. Now all their ultimates are up. Invoker has enough items to kind of scavenge and make up for his poor early game. And then I think with a mech this could time for fight. They need to wait for it on chicken. And maybe he does have a TP scroll, but can offer his aid with the help of Sunstrike. And this time LGD do have an observer ward. They set one up on the high ground. They don't see any of the supports. And Newbee expecting a gank from the side. They get the scan onto Aggressive. I don't know if they have any wards, but Aggressive's like, what the heck? Do they see me here?
Oh man, this could be big if they end up being able to find him, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
He's probably like a little confused because his shadow dance was still on him, but the heroes backed off as if they knew he was there. So maybe he suspects this game, maybe he just suspects good awareness.
Whatever the case is, Newbee just responding well to these plays, and with the double Dragon Lance, they can sort of hit this tier 2 tower with impunity. No way to actually go onto him. Is it always the Wisp aggressive?
Yeah, like Wisp is highest priority. The Viper is impossible to kill if you have the Wisp.
Okay, well, it looks like they're going straight into Roche, and well, okay, never mind. They're gonna back out.
They don't really have good vision in that area. They could easily get blindsided by the Slark, and Wizard supports just go kaput with a Sunstrike setup. So they really have to be a little bit more careful about how they engage. And let's see what LGD are going to do. They probably suspect the smoke has been gone for enough time. However, there have been no heroes revealed to the Roach Pit. Dire had to do a scan. Moo will run right into it, and let's see how LGD react. Now they know that they're inside the Roach Pit. We'll confirm with the Sunstrike. It's time.
Let's see if they come and try and contest this. Axe is still outside the pit for the moment. Can they just jump in with the egg, or do they need to have more heroes around to make that happen?
They need Slark to win and get vision for them, and then drop the egg with the vacuum wall too. But I don't know if they're going to be fast enough. It's already at a quarter of health. Maybe it's showing no signs of trying to TP. It's very low.
Oh,
and it looks like it will be too late.
Silence on the KP, but aggressive Hex, Finger of Death. He's gonna end up going down here silenced and is gonna end up dropping. Possibly the egg is gonna get turned upon now. Moo brings it down. The mech is popped. They're gonna chase now. Wait, he has been called and is gonna be cold. Another one for KP. MMY just scatters to the wind, but honestly, at this point, the IO goes down. Some small semblance of hope. Actually, the Frost Arrows. MMY's caught now. He's gonna go down. Triple for KP.
Yeah, I don't know why they took so long to get there. They had the scan, they had the Sunstrike, they clearly know that they were doing it, and Newbee showed no signs of backing off as soon as the Sunstrike came out, and they had the Observer Ward on the pit to confirm that all those were about to happen, the lingering vision from Sunstrike, but like, you have to have someone there to start off the fight. Maybe Earth Spirit goes in, rolls in, magnetizes, he might get hexed, but then the Phoenix can cast his egg and get a nice vacuum wall. Slark can do his thing, but Newbee were just set up for way too long and the rush is way too low for LZ to make any good use of it.
So speaking of that Earth Spirit play, it feels like that's sort of the risky all-in-y type of move that you would need to play at this point in the game. Do you think that LGD didn't think they were that far behind, or do you think that they were that far behind?
No, they definitely weren't that far behind. You can find in the Roach Pit with Darkseer.
Okay.
Darkseer backing people, like having an egg on one of the cliffs with these like Dragon Lance heroes, it's really difficult to kill, especially if you have like a deafening blast coming out from the Invoker. But I don't know, something wasn't quite right with that fight. Because aggressive, like maybe he was waiting for a Shadow Blade cooldown. I saw it when he was on that way mid. It was like 3 seconds left, and then once it started to cool down, like he started coming back towards them, but like that was the most obvious Angolo approach. They came a little bit too late, maybe TP'd when Roche was at like a quarter health and they don't have a T2 up. Like a lot of things were just not right with LGD. They already had their mech. It's not like they were really waiting for any significant item. They already had the Shadow Blade on the Slark. Invoker's not close to a Scepter, so it was just a disaster all around. And maybe with a very solid hold.
And I mean, we sort of talked about it at the beginning of this whole series. We were talking about how LGD, these sort of stalwart and strong Chinese team that always ends up being very consistent with their play, and just a couple of mistakes here and there, and Newbee punish them for it. And now looking down the barrel of potentially going out 2-0 to them if they can't solve the problems here. And again, the Dragonlance slow siege from the low ground. You've got overcharge on the Drow Ranger. These are just falling so rapidly. And I'm not exactly sure how you try and hold here. 700 gold away from Agnum Scepter for maybe. If they end up winning that team fight, it just looks so different, and the hold is going to be tough. There's the Sunstrike onto House, still with the Aegis on him. Aggressive is going to jump forward, but the Gust away and still alive for the moment. He ends up being hit by the one blow. That might be enough to bring him a little right there. Move vacuumed back. The meatball is going to drop, but no damage consequence as they're still fine and ready to go back again. Well, tier 3 tower on 22 HP.
Yeah, that Observer War is going to get taken down immediately too. Like, Newbee are just always a little bit more prepared than LGD. I think the biggest thing this game for me was like the willingness to fight. We saw Newbee last game how they dealt with the drought. Always try and fight into them. Be ready to defend the towers if there is going to be a 5-skill engagement. And LGD were just far too hesitant.
Oh, Zhao Wei vacuum only catches Mu again and actually isn't even in the wall. He just walks around it. How meanwhile is going to take down September. Does get off the egg. There's the Deafening Blast for the disarm. How needs to back up. Still fine. They pop the mechanism. And with KP jump forward, they're going to use these Forge Spirits to try and break the blink, but they can just reload again, and nothing of value lost while the egg is down for LGD.
Man, Kaka building a hood, you don't see it enough.
Backing back again, but not through wall.
It's just backcourt into the Earth Hold can set up for some kills.
Oh, how to get the counter initiation onto aggressive, bringing it down. There's the chop, and now with the kill onto him. How is back up again? They're gonna right click MMY, and AB just trying to do anything at all, but he doesn't have nearly enough farm to really stop them. And all of the slows, all of the dunks. How finds the kill. Newbee are rolling, and with the tier 2 down bottom, can they just move down to the tier 3 bottom?
Yep. That was... I had more faith in the Slark opener. I was like, surely they know what they're doing. But, yeah. I think that it was like Newbee were prepared for the Shadow Blade. They let him for 5 minutes and then they bought Sentry Wards and then could never get Kaka. The only thing they caught him was when they dropped Observer Ward on that boss T1. Other time Kaka's been in this incredibly difficult to find position and just beat up cores and moves big and bad up in front, just daring anyone to come up front and right click them.
Man, it has been a very, very impressive showing from Newbee through these 2 games, and it's not like LGD have been necessarily playing bad all around. It's just Newbee take advantage of every little mistake that's coming their way. They jump forward, get the Hex onto Earth, a 2-person Earth Spike followed up by the catch, and Katie jumps in. They're going to be able to get another second, possibly. Zhao Wei brought down, looking for more. He has a blink off cooldown in 2 seconds, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to catch anybody else.
I really like the way that Newbee itemized. There's like a lot of small things in this game. Like, he gave an arcane boost so they can sustain their push because IO doesn't boost. He's going to win the game without boost, it looks like. And he also itemized for a hood because he realizes he doesn't really need to survive because he's target. If he survives, then the course dead. So, like, all these small item choices have gone a long way into this tournament victory from Newbee.
Man, Kaka, we talked about it at the draft. This is his hero, and Chuan also. They have been playing just so well. Both of these supports for Newbee, and honestly, just the whole team. It's been really impressive to watch. It looks like with that boulder smash, keeping him off the Ancient for now, but how much longer? This is...
Yeah, this seems pretty much over at this point. Their thrones at half HP, but one last go.
Backing wall onto 5. Can they turn it in the least bit? Maeve doing a lot of damage. They're dropping so low. How is gonna fall? Kaka as well, but Mu and KP are just too big at the end of the day. Can they kill off that Wisp? He is gonna die, and already the buybacks come out in force from Newbee. Zhao 8 ran down and possibly gonna fall here. They get the chop again. Triple kill for KP. Everybody's buying back. They just want to keep partying. This is absurd. What is going on?
That was like 8 buybacks.
Another one. Why not? Slark, does he have one as well? They do, but Dyer's Ancient is going down. They just turn around and are going to start to hit it down. KP tries to find Zhao. Sunstrike going to come, but guess what? Good game gets called. is the Ancient Falls.
I like how throughout the whole thing, Viper was at like 90% HP.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Newbee 2-0 over LGD. Merlini, what are your thoughts? Has this changed your opinion of either of these teams at all?
Newbee are